Hello and welcome back to the 1000 Crypto Portfolio Experiment. We're here with episode number 3 and we've been tracking the top 25 cryptocurrencies with $1,000. So that's $40 invested in each cryptocurrency, and we will not be including any stablecoins, and it will be over a 1 year period with fortnightly updates. So here are all the coins that we purchased with $40 in each of these 6 weeks ago. So we've got the likes of Bitcoin, EOS, Bitcoin Cash, Monero, Binance, Litecoin, Tezos, Cardano, IOTA, and so forth. So all the coins here, and this was the top 25 6 weeks ago, but I do believe the top 25 perhaps may have changed, as crypto always changes very, very quickly in comparison to traditional stock markets, and we're going to be comparing that very soon as well. So let's take a look at the portfolio. So we're on day 28 and the last portfolio price since the last video was 994.03. so we were down slightly, and since then a lot of things have been going on. Actually, we've just been up and down in the markets, and if you've been following my Twitter, we were actually at 106.6.33 at just around 6 days ago, and this is a 6% rise in comparison to everything else. So we were at an all-time high of around 1066.33. If you're checking my portfolio, you can check it on Twitter. I try and post daily, however some days I just miss out, and we were smashing all the index funds as well, but we'll get onto the index funds a bit later as well. But I just want to notify that the portfolio price right now is last portfolio price since the last video was 994.03. So here's the current crypto portfolio price. We're at 979.75, and as you can see, we are down since 2 weeks ago. However, we have had a bounce right here, so it did reach to around 977, but it has bounced ever so slightly. However, there are winners and losers within this portfolio. So OKB is definitely the winner. We've accumulated about $24 on this. So from $40 to around $64, which is really quite high. And OKB is a token similar to Binance, so it's their own token on their own exchange platform. Tezos is another one doing extremely well as well. So it's done about $20 on this one. And BSV, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin, Monero, BNB, Ethereum Classic, these are the winners within this portfolio. So the top 8 are all of these, and then we have some big losers at the bottom as well. So we have CRO Crypto.com chain. We're at $27 here. This really went down in a pan, didn't it? And same with Zcash, NEO, Tron, Maker, IOTA. These are the main losers of the whole portfolio at the moment. So there are some sort of breaking even. So we have Litecoin, which is sort of breaking even as well. But let's have a look at the actual charts at the moment. We're at a total market cap of around 294.7 at the moment, and a BT dominance still extremely high at 68.45. So having a BT dominance which is so high doesn't really help with all the altcoins, because all the altcoin money is just pouring into BTC, and people are just not caring about any altcoins. So if you've got bags of altcoins and they're not doing very well, it's because people are just not interested in altcoins. They're just interested in trading with BTC at the moment. So we are looking at a downtrend at the moment. It looks like it's going down. It did reach a high of around, it went up to about 12k a few days ago. It went up to about 12k, and then now it's just going back down again for some reason. And again, we've had reports like Goldman Sachs saying, it's going to reach around $13,000 or something. However, who trusts banks with their analysis on cryptocurrencies, hey? But here we have some, in other news, we have, so someone posted on Reddit about Charlie Lee's developments on Litecoin and basically there are no developments on Litecoin at the moment because there was a leaked transcript regarding Charlie Lee and some other devs, and there was a lot of FUD around Litecoin, but to be honest, it hasn't really affected the price too much. However, we can see that Charlie has tried to defend himself on Twitter. I don't know why he's using Twitter, because it's probably the worst platform to try and defend yourself, but he is saying, just want to set the record straight. In 8 years history of Litecoin, we've only had a handful of core developers working on Litecoin 4. Okay, so there's only been a few developers, but someone pointed out on Reddit that there's literally no commits on, I don't think there's any commits on GitHub or anything like that, so you can't, it's not visible. Nothing is visible in terms on what's happening in terms of code. But then he goes on, I don't want to go into it, but then he goes on and on to try and defend himself. So Charlie, I don't think Charlie means what I'm trying to say. I don't think Charlie really wants to come across as a bad person, and I don't think he is a scammer or anything like that. He just comes across, he doesn't come across the best in the best light sometimes when he mentions stuff on Twitter, like when he said, oh, I'm gonna sell all my Litecoins at $300, but I don't think he means bad. He's trying to do good intentions, but everyone sees it in a bad, negative light. So that's my thoughts on what's happening there. In other news, so Goldman Sachs analyst is bullish on Bitcoin apparently. So but what do bankers know about Bitcoin? Not much, I don't think. I think they're just banking on something, and it's quite, when banks and financial institutions like Goldman Sachs, when they have their own opinions about Bitcoin, it's kind of worrying to me. And they say they could well, she predicted it could climb to as much as 13,971. But how do they know? They don't know, because or it's probably them who's actually pumping the money in, who knows, okay? So that's pretty much the news. Let's have a look at the comparisons with our portfolio against traditional index funds. So here's a comparison of our crypto portfolio tracker against traditional Vanguard index funds at the moment, and how things change very quickly, eh? So last week, no, 2 weeks ago, this portfolio was in number 5 position, and now it's in number 1 position, even though everything is down. However, the index funds have been taking a huge beating at the moment. Look at the difference. Like 2 weeks ago, the price of S&P 500, if you had purchased it for $1,000, you would have gained a little bit after 2 weeks. However, today's price, you would have made a loss of around $32. So you would have made a loss of about 3%, 3.25%. Same with a high dividend yield with Vanguard, you would have made a loss of around 3.66%. And the total stock market index, a huge loss of 3.95%. And emerging markets with a whopping 7.51%. So just 2 weeks, no, just 6 weeks ago, if you would have purchased this same fund with exactly the same amount of money of $1,000, you would be, and you purchased this emerging markets index fund, you would be down so much, and you would be happy. And we all know how slow index funds and stock markets go. So these are huge changes here, especially for stock markets and index funds. But as you can see, our $1,000 crypto portfolio tracker is doing actually okay, even though it's down. It's doing okay, as you can see. So we're down 2%, 2.04%, which is approximately about $20. However, remember, this did gain around 6% about 6 days ago. So we still have plenty of time to look at this. I think traditional markets are going to get a beating because there's so much bad FUD news going on. Brexit is coming around the corner. Trade wars are still going on. So there's still going to be beatings on the stock market. So this is why I'm banking on crypto overtaking the stock market at some point. So we'll see next week. There's still time to purchase any of these cryptocurrencies. So if you do like the look of any of one of these cryptocurrencies, you can purchase most of them at most of these exchanges. So we have the likes of Binance Jersey, Bitfenix, Cos, OKX, KuCoin, Coinbase, and Huobi. And you can use the links below and you can purchase directly from any of these exchanges. And don't forget, there's also a €10 free if you sign up to Binance Jersey. This is for EU and UK customers. That's all we have time for today's episode. Thank you for watching. Remember to hit that subscribe button to carry on seeing how this portfolio does within the year. And also hit that notification icon. You can follow me on Twitter. I'll try and post the portfolio every other day or daily sometimes, and the same on Instagram as well. We have a new Facebook page at Alpha Crypto 8 as well, and we can visit us on the website as well. So I'll see you next time. Bye bye.